Hello and welcome back to Create Your Own Commander Corner. On today's episode, I'm your host, Josh, and I decided to build my own commander after seeing the devilry that my co-host, Aaron, created. Now, my inspiration for my commander is that I wanted an angel that was almost fallen from grace and then would come back. Therefore, I made a transformed commander. Now, I tried to make my commander as fair as I can, although it is quite difficult designing your own card because you just don't have the vast knowledge. So props to Wizards for making some cards that are very fair, and we can see why some of them slip through. Okay, so let's get to my commander. So my commander is an angel, and her name is, I still can't really decide how I want it to be pronounced, but it's Alicia, Light of the Fallen. Now, she comes in and she is a flying vigilance 3/5. She costs 5 mana to play. That's 3 generic, a mountain, and a plains. She has an ability on her that reads pay 3 generic, 2 mountains, and what you do is basically she deals damage equal to her toughness to each other creature. It's each creature and player, so that includes herself. She basically implodes, destroying everything with the power 5 with toughness 5 or less, because her toughness at the start is 5, and we'll get to things that we can do to change that later on in the game. So essentially, it's 5 mana for a 3/5 with flying vigilance that for 5 mana blows up and deals X damage, where X is her toughness, to all players and all creatures. So it literally hits everything, including yourself. Now, the interesting part about this card is the way it transforms. So it will read, if she enters the battlefield from the graveyard, transform her. And obviously the her will be the name, but I haven't fully solidified the name I want to go with. But I like Alicia or something like that is what I'm looking for. I've just gone for a bit of a tricky spelling, so I haven't decided how I want it to be pronounced. Now, if she comes back from the graveyard, she transforms. This is awesome. So essentially, her descent down into the graveyard, which in this sense will be hell, for her to come, when she comes back from hell, she doesn't come back the same, she comes back transformed. And that brings her to her transformed version, which is Alicia, Ruler of the Damned. So she'll come in as a flying trample with sacrifice 3 creatures. Destroy target creature and gain life equal to its toughness unless that opponent unless its controller sacrifices 3 creatures. And then it will read transform Alicia, Ruler of the Damned. She comes in when she transforms into this. She is then a 7/4, and she is a white-black creature. So the change to death, and she also becomes a horror. She's an angel horror. So the idea here is that by sacrificing other souls, the souls of the damned, she is trying to get all this life back together, to put herself back together, enough strength to redeem, bring herself out of hell and back into her heaven form, shall we say. And in the process, she sucks the life out of another creature or makes them sacrifice a creature. So it's quite a cool idea. Now, what made me come up with this idea? Well, I was inspired by Archangel Avacyn, and the fact that transforms when another creature dies, and then she does 3 damage to everything apart from herself. I think it's each opponent. It's not even, you don't take 3 damage either. It does 3 damage to all other creatures and each opponent. So I had that idea, and I tried making a deck with it, but I just wanted the dark, man. I wanted swamps in my deck, and I thought, you know what, this would be a great Mardu commander with a bit of Re-Animator. So with this deck, there's going to be a few combos that I would build it with. I thought of a few different ways in which you could build this deck, and one way could be an aristocrat style deck, another deck could be a full reanimation deck, you could have a discard deck, many different things, but you need to find a way to reanimate the commander efficiently. So, combos. Here are some combos, and their value, not infinite. So, you have Scythe of the Wretched. Essentially, she will get +2/+2, so now her toughness is up to 7, so when she blows up, she does everything for 7 damage. However, when you destroy a creature with damage from the equipped creature with Scythe of the Wretched, any creature destroyed that way, dealt damage that dies that way, comes back equipped to Scythe of the Wretched. So what you're thinking there is, alright, you just get one creature back. But no, it's not how it works. They all go on the stack and they all come back, and then they have individually get equipped to the Scythe of the Wretched, almost like instant speed. It just be like this, straight through. So you order your triggers so that the last one to get equipped would be back to being Alicia, Light of the Fallen. Thus, she still has that equipped, but she comes back and transforms into Alicia, Ruler of the Damned, and then therefore she is now a stronger version. She becomes a 9/6, which is crazy, obviously. But you know, this is you need multiple cards. You need to spend a lot of mana to even make this work. Another option is Gift of Immortality. Obviously, this is even better because it's a lower mana cost, and you don't have to invest in. It's just sort of better evasion, because Gift of Immortality will go to the graveyard and then come back at the end of the turn. However, it does mean that there's that peak in which she could be destroyed, but that doesn't really matter. Scythe of the Wretch doesn't stop her from coming back from being murdered or anything like that. So that is the two cards that I thought about as a combo. So I thought of some ways that you could get them, which would be Open the Armory, Enlightened Tutor, or Shapeshifter's Gift. So these cards would help you get the artifact or enchantment that you wanted. You could also use Enlightened Tutor as well. That could bring you the Gift of Immortality. So other cards that could support your light bringing back of your commander would be something like Rare Doorbringer or Sheoldred. These are creatures. Otherwise, your options are Reanimate, Exhume, Animate Dead, these sort of things, or Mass Reanimation, whichever fancy you decide to go with it. But another great thing about her destroying and imploding on everything is that if you have something like Whip of Erebos, or she's equipped with Basilisk Collar or Shadow Spear or Loxodon Warhammer, then you have lifelink, and then you gain a lot of life from doing that thing. So what I want to do is make a value engine and a card that I personally find really interesting and interactable. So you can exile it, you can get rid of it, you can Bojuka Bog it from the grave. There's plenty of ways to stop this stuff happening, but it's not infinite. I mean, maybe there are infinite combos out there, maybe you guys will tell me what they are, but I won't be putting them in my deck. I've sort of built a deck already around it, and I really enjoyed playing it. Luckily, we have a group in which this sort of ideas, it's totally cool. You just tell us in advance, then we all just play, and it's not an issue. It's interesting finding out new combinations of cards, and it just makes the game almost like a fresh look on it. So, if you liked my commander, I will put the link in the description of where you can go and find it, and you can print off your own copy, and you can play it. You can make your own deck around it. But more interestingly, I'd like to know what you've built and what kind of deck that you would like to see. Something different, something that's very unique. That's what we want to see. So if you have something unique, please let us know, and we might get you to come and do a video for it. Anyway, I've been Josh from Pass the Turn. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our affiliate links in the description. Stay safe during this COVID-19 period, and we'll see you next time. Bye.